Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collingwood for YouTube, resident underslash of underslash Collingwood for BitChute, and I'm here to talk about the Predator movie announcement. Earlier today, BloodyDiscussing.com, reported that 10 Cloverfield Lane director Dan Trachtenberg, if I mispronounced that, I apologize, is directing the new Predator movie for 20th Century Studios. The action horror franchise is roaring back to life as we've learned that 20th Century Studios has ordered up a brand new installment in the Predator film franchise. Deadline reports that Dan Trachtenberg, 10 Cloverfield Lane, has been hired to direct the new movie, which reportedly will not be connected to Shane Black's The Predator. Deadline notes they are keeping the plotline under wraps for the moment, but I'm told it won't swing back to the development in the most recent film. Patrick Allison Kingdom is writing the script. We had been wondering if Disney, who owns 20th Century Studios, would have any interest in an R-rated Predator franchise. It looks like those fears were unwarranted. This movie will be the fifth installment in the core franchise following Predator, Predator 2, Predators, and The Predator. That's not counting the two Alien vs. Predator spin-offs. So that's from BloodyDiscussing.com. I do admit, when Fox and Disney merged, when Disney bought Fox, I was concerned for Predator. I felt that, well, really, I'd always felt Fox, ever since after Predator 2, had treated Predator like the low man on a totem pole. That they really weren't putting their best foot forward with it. And when I went to go to theaters to watch The Predator, did I hate it? No, but I didn't love it either. It had issues. This franchise, it's weird because you hear about in other franchises where stars return to franchises. Predator has always had that issue with bringing stars back. And they never got Arnold Schwarzenegger to come back. Danny Glover never came back. So they could never get a returning star. And my favorite two Predator movies are Predator 1 and 2. I like Predators, it's okay. It's a retelling of the original in a sense, but on a different planet. And again, The Predator isn't god-awful, but it's not the greatest thing either. So, was I shocked to read that we're getting a reboot? Yes. In some ways, I'm shocked that we're getting Predator by 20th Century Studios. That Disney is going to try to do an action horror movie or a horror movie at all. And there are a lot of good horror elements in Predator and a lot of good horror in Predator, even though it's an action horror franchise. I think a reboot is a good way to go because this way they can focus on making a new star, making a new character, making their own characters to tangle with the Predator. That the Predator is going to hunt down and collect their skulls. And I can't wait to see, who they're going to cast, what the story is going to be. I'm hoping this just isn't a remake, that this is truly a reboot, that we're getting a fresh new Predator story. That's my hope. Because they are keeping the plot under wraps, which is smart. My only big fear of this is that even with a reboot, that they're going to try to reach out to Arnold. And let me say, no disrespect to Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I hope they don't. Because what was the sense of rebooting this? You know what I mean? the sense of rebooting it if you're just going to turn around and reach out to Arnold, even for a cameo when he didn't even want to do the Predator. Again, not that the Predator was good, but still, if you're really going to say, you know what, we're starting over, then don't be afraid to start over and say, you know what, the hell with the previous installments. We're going to make this our way. We're going to mold this our way, the Predator their way. You know, and that's my hope. I think we will get a lot of the core elements of the Alien, of that character. And again, I can't wait to. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. I'm happy that we're getting another Predator movie, a new one. I do have some hope. My hope is that they cast Wyatt Russell to go up against the Predator. I would love to see Wyatt Russell go up against the Predator. Now, I don't know what kind of character he would play. Maybe he could play a bounty hunter. I don't know. But so I think it would be really interesting to see who they get and what they're going to do with this. You know, Predator 2 had good horror elements, more so than even 2. And that's the thing. I do think that, look, Predator did have gore, it had violence, it had action. But I do think, you know, they're probably going to focus on the horror of the Predator, of this invisible creature stalking the shit out of you and not being able to see it unless you look hard enough. You can see it if you look hard enough. But again, that's the trick. It's looking hard enough and, you know, spotting the damn thing. And I wouldn't mind that. Again, I'm excited. I'm happy that they're doing another Predator movie, that we're getting something new, because that's what I'll say. I was not expecting. I was just expecting, well, you know what, Disney's just going to either probably get rid of it or not do anything with it. And I'm happy to say I was wrong. I'm over the moon happy to say I was wrong. I was wrong. And and thank God, you know, I don't want to be right. I want it to be wrong. And to know that I am and know that we're getting a new Predator movie, I'm happy. I'm just so happy. I can't wait to see what what the director has in store, what kind of story they're going to tell, what their characters, who are their characters going to be. You know, the Predator goes after trophy hunters. You know, it goes after somebody it knows can fight and just takes their skull. So it's going to go after somebody that can fight. So I wouldn't mind Christopher Chalk. I think would be really good for the Predator as well, to go up against the Predator, because I love him as an actor. He's really, really talented. But so I wouldn't mind seeing him in this. Again, I'm excited. I'm just really, really pumped that we're getting a new Predator movie. Again, my biggest fear with this, my only real concern is, okay, you're rebooting this. That's fine. I'm glad you're rebooting this. Number one, don't just reboot it to remake the original, because I think that would be a huge mistake. That's what I'll say. Where 2 gets sort of dogged in a wrong way, in my opinion, that 2 is different from 1 in the style of it. It's more done like a noir action horror movie than the first one. The first one's more action than horror. And the second one, I love it. It's really good. Again, look, anyone's going to tell you, yes, the original is better. And I don't disagree with that. The original is better. But I think 2 holds up very nicely to the original. And I do want to see something different from the Predator franchise itself. And when you look at the installments, you go, what could they do that is different? And I think they could do many things. So, and I can't wait to see what they have in store to do. How did Predator come to exist? That's something that hasn't really been explored or talked about, and maybe they could get into that. I don't know. So again, I'm excited. I'm happy that it's happening, and so just want to hear you guys' thoughts. Let me know in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Are you excited about a new Predator movie? Yes, no, maybe. I know I am. I'm really, really excited. So, all right, guys, I'll see you soon.